As a result, SMG bust out the mid one drow. We've seen this a couple times before, and this puts Razor offlane. This is a fun little flex.
He's transitioned now. He doesn't go outside anymore. He just smokes right at the damn table because that's how stressful it's been right on the side of the dive these days. Bot lane, actually, it's a stressful start here for Gabby on T1 as they will secure first blood here for Raging Potato. Very nice start, and that should reduce some of the stress that Raging's been having. Just a matter of where the aggression starts, really. Bot lane, you'll see Whitemon just constantly chasing down Arfu, but unable to do too much, as of course Gabby wants the farm, but now with the Metamorphosis pop, they are going to try. They do have Dispose available, and it's a double stun out from Whitemon, but Raging still going to run. Instead, Arfu may be in danger himself as they do start the static link off, and Whitemon is going to be just fine. Arfu going to give his own life away here to Gabby. Make sure Raging Potato does remain protected. Gabby quite low in HP, but oh, I was going to say Whitemon might hand the salve over. He doesn't, though. He's going to jump right back in. What a play from Whitemon.
Yeah, he sees that opportunity. He knows Gabby has the full wand with 10 charges on. He's getting his own stacks up. He's starting to clear out slowly but surely on that Kotl. Still has a good lead over to Puck. We do have Karl's level 6 up, so there is a Dream Coil threat. He does find that opportunity to rotate, but isn't really gunning for it.
Gonna drop Raging, though, still going for a fight here, and Gabby will just drop Raging. He'll be happy with the trade that time around. Even taking the killing spree away.
Same time, the Drow doesn't really flash farm all too fast anyway. Multi-shot is at the ready, but isn't really able to dip into the jungle to get that farm. And SMG finds a free tier 1 bot, so they do find that early tower. No.
Oh, I think I might have just jinxed mid one. Karl just walks up, freely gets a coil off, and he literally just walked up and did a jump. Just no kind of rotation, no game sense there to try and avoid it, and there's a very easy pickup for T1. Now bot lane. They might try to apply some pressure, but Dispose is there. Arfu, in fact, never mind. Die. He's going to go for a hook shot into the cogs and battery assault onto Gabby, who's going to have to try and fight back, but with the battery assault, it's very challenging. And now Moon's here to pick off the TB. SMG getting a counter kill onto the enemy pos 1, and mid lane. Illuminate's going to fly right through Zephyr. Die obviously not going to hook shot into the tier 2, but Whitemon, well, he's in trouble now. Chase is on, but instead, no, they see Cuckoo. They want the bigger target. Whitemon is around to try and help out with the rebound, but is not going to be able to get there thanks to the gust of mid one. And that, I mean, Cuckoo is going to drop here on the Dawnbreaker. It's T1 unable to respond once again with this draft. Now the hook shot. Highlight Die right on target. Has found Whitemon. And that'll be another hit for SMG.
So you're pretty much ready to go with 2 big cores with BKBs. Mid one, it's still kind of building up in the Drow. Had a slower start in this lane, but is number 3 now. T1 trying to get a chase, but they can't even catch Arfu fully here.
They're gonna try. I mean, Karl's got the Dream Coil if he wants, but Overgrowth's gonna lock him down. Karl, he needs a way out. He's gonna try and Waning Rift his way out with an orb, but surely the gust is gonna be enough. Great setup from Arfu. T1, I'm not sure what they're trying to do here, but it's a complete mess for them. There's Cuckoo now. Well, he'll try to run out of there, but the Illuminate gonna fly right through him. Zephyr, well, he's gonna get cogs here by Die, and well, he's gonna stand his ground and try to fight this one out. It's a slow process from SMG, but they'll get another. And this is all off the back of Moon, Jonathan. On this Keeper of the Light, he's just enabling this draft to do whatever the hell they want.
Good plays coming out from them. The combination of Dream Coil plus Kisses were good early on, but they haven't been able to find those opportunities. They need to be able to catch some of these heroes out. Even if you just kill one at this point for the Kisses, you just take it.
Oh, dragged back with the blinding. Cuckoo's gone. The T1, they're all over the place this game one, John.
They're just avoiding. They're just trying to build up for Gabby, and in that sense, they are achieving their objective. Gabby is managing to farm, but they're not able to do anything else. It's just a stall game.
Oh, Overgrowth out Arfu. Perfect initiation. Hook shots off the mark. Is it going to matter? Karl in trouble on that puck. Trying to phase shift out of there, but he's not going to make it. Or even Cuckoo just trying to save, but can't do anything. The creep wave's incoming. Raging will frontline for them. Onto the bot racks they go, and well, Gabby, he's popped the meta, but he can't actually stand there and hit people. The Illuminate keeps healing them up. Look at Whitemon.
Oh my God.
Whitemon's gone.
And that's just going to lead to a really early set of racks coming out from SMG. Tier 2 still protects mid, Tier 1 protects top. They're playing it very clean. This is SMG keeping up the aggression while also knowing their limits to an extent. And again, for T1, this is tough. And the push coming out from SMG is just so quick. They can sustain the creep wave as well.
Mikal's trying. Arfu not going to go for the overgrowth this time around. It just, no matter how much damage they take, John, another Illuminate flies through. Carl, what's the stream coil for exactly? Hook shot out, highlight die, he'll initiate. Are they going too far? SMG, they might lose Raging immediately, and they do. Overgrowth was there from Arfu, but hits nothing, as now they can take the fight. Highlight die, gonna drop, in goes Carl, onto the tree protector. Arfu's gonna go down a mid one. He's being chased, he does have the Aegis up though, and is still not dropping that first life.
More stats to have to deal with. And a little bit more strength means that the Kotl can't just instantly gun him down with a Cult of Illuminate. Still, SMG feeling confident. They smoke up once more. A hook shot at the ready for Pylite Die. Could see a big kill.
Oh, right under vision. Pylite Die. Right on target. Gabby, he's the big one. No Sunder. Just can't come out with the battery assault.
Roche given freely towards SMG. Roche number 2 going their way. T1 not playing that area, just trying to find what farm they can.
They're going to try and chip away at the rack slowly here with mid one. They will smoke up from the backside. Just let mid one be the bait. He's got double lives anyway. Whitemon going to go for a rebound into the dispose. Doesn't even go for the rebound. Just the blink in. Doesn't get the dispose either. But Carl going to make the jump in for a moment. And just trying to chip away at the HP pools of SMG. Problem is they have a keeper of the line. Raging. Can we force the BKB up as Cuckoo now going to be chased down. Raging just leads him along with Moon. Cuckoo just disappearing. As Gabby is going to try and fight, but the link is out, draining all his attack damage away. Gabby, he is tickling Raging Potato right now. They do take him out though. That'll be the Razor gone, but Cuckoo will die a second time. SMG, they'll take the mid racks.
No Solar Guardian to worry about, no kisses. Dream Coil is there, but the follow-up doesn't feel like it's going to be there necessarily.
Trying to protect Gabby, make sure he does remain safe, but the Metamorphosis is about to wear off, John. He's running out of options here. They have not got a fight to go their way. Zephyr now being slowed up by the Solar Bind, and look at Pylite Die right in onto the Terrorblade with the cogs out, but they are kind of ignoring him. They won't go for Gabby. They just want the Megas. It's a very safe play from mid one. Perfectly fine though if they do get away with the Mega Creeps. They're just playing this one conservatively. They don't want to have one of those situations happen again. The puck gonna be used up. Nice gust out from mid one. Hook shot in. Pylite Die. He found the Terrorblade again. Gabby needs a Sunder target. We'll get one off onto Arfu, and he's gonna be able to survive for now, but so will Arfu. Unless Zephyr can finish the job, but cannot.
Best opportunity to use that spell immunity. You always have a little bit more at the very least, as the smoke on smoke is here.
See how they go. Only one buyback on the map right now, and that's Pylite Die. Whitemon jumping in, but immediately bursted down. Raging. Force the BKB and run. Mid one, very far forward. Hookshot is there from Pylite Die, but now the overgrowth has been committed and Raging. He'll move in to try and get some damage out onto Gabby, but Gabby, he's going to man fight back. Raging is not taking much damage at all. Gabby, he's the one in trouble. Oh, he is just melting. And GG's called. SMG. This time around, very disciplined. Do not throw the game back the way of T1. And John, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think Moon, he played this game perfectly on the Kotl. Absolutely brilliant.
And you are also kind of having a very stable lane for Raging, along with that threat. As long as you have Poison Touch at the ready, you can always run down, and Afu is getting that done. Doesn't want to directly trade with Whitemon, but once he gets a little bit of gap spacing, that does feel a lot better for the Dazzle.
Why did I die? It's just action across the map. It's kind of hard to keep track of what's going on. Arfu's still going at it with Whitemon here on the train now. Whitemon is going to drop low, but Arfu's gone too far, I think. Reflection is there, and they will secure first blood. Gabby able to pick it up, and Whitemon naturally going to hand the tip over to Arfu. Just wants that water rune, wants to make sure that Carl does not get any form of regen here in the mid puck, and that he will not. He's forced to eat up some tangos and have a clarity for himself. Moon will take both water runes on his own accord on the Ember. Now bot lane, Raging, going way too far, and Whitemon and Zephyr actually showing up to punish him on this Razor.
And just bullies out the Beastmaster. If they accept that, they just decide to win harder under one lane down bot, give Gabby the start he needs. Afu is kind of vulnerable by himself here.
Yeah, bot lane, Afu gonna shallow grave himself up as Raging. He's gonna rejoin the fray, but Afu surely gonna die, and will. Zephyr, he might go down as a trade, but the living armor, that bonus armor makes it very hard as Raging is still going for this. With the plasma field, he will secure the kill, but can he get himself out? Well, the answer is yes, he does. He's got no reach in though, so he might have to run all the way back to the fountain, but does at least get a bit of a trade, and in fact, he won't. Cuckoo. He's going to drop solo top lane. Cuckoo just about to approach 2.3k net worth on the Beastmaster. That kind of aggression you were hoping for throughout the mid game from T1 is certainly going to be nullified now. Unless Cuckoo can find a nice way of getting this on with the Overlord still mid lane. They have got Moon. Nice dispose out of the coil into the overgrowth, but a big balance strike from mid one. Not going to save the day.
T1 with a Witchblade up on Carl and the Dream Coil ready are going to go for a smoke play with Zephyr. See if they find the angle, are gunning down bot. Raging is under vision here.
Raging. Let me target it as Carl does have Dream Coil, and Zephyr, of course, has the dispose available as Carl. Smoke broken. Whitemon is around. They'll miss the grass, but it won't matter because they've got the coil and dispose to lock him down. The Razor eventually should drop, but he will have a shallow grave to buy him time now. Mid one, and Moon will jump in to try and punish as Zephyr is at least going to get caught. They'll want a bit more than that for all these rotations. Carl's still messing around here with this dazzle. Carl does get the dazzle, but it's going to get out with his life intact. Bramble Spring is there. Mid one still chasing him down. Carl. Oh, it wasn't worth it. Afu, he'll hand the tip over. Thank you very much from the dazzle.
I think you just kind of want to keep building up, shut down some key areas of the map, prevent T1 from farming in their triangle. Another nice forward ward here from the side of SMG to watch T1's movement onto that triangle ramp. Starting to play poke a bit.
Playing around. And Chan is there. Hex is out. He has the orb, but he was not expecting the shards from Dazzle.
But it's still funneling in onto Gabby. Scotty timing still lined up 3 to 5 minutes from now. Mid-one's also building into. So in Scotty, he feels really big. In Wukongs, you don't have the best way of dragging him out. This poses not quite enough, unless you have something like an Aether Lens, which Zephyr does have. You could maybe catch him off in the rim still.
Balance is there. They've got Zephyr once again on the Marcy, though he will unleash, but there's the Hex out from Arfu, and now with the Sleight of Fist out, Zephyr surviving with the living armor. They're Raging. He's going to make the jump in onto Whitemon, but a nice hawk dive is there from Cuckoo into the Raw now, and maybe T1. They can force the fight, but a nice shallow grave out from Arfu, trying to buy a bit more time. Still Raging is going to drop. In goes Carl after Moon, but they cannot catch the Ember. Instead, Dream Coil gonna catch 2 supports here on the other side, but mid one, he'll drop the Wukongs and zone them out. So T1 probably just gonna be happy with the Razor kill. They want more punishment for this. That's fair enough. Meta's still going for quite a while. They might at least find Pylai Die, and they will. Nice dispose there from Zephyr. They'll make it a 2-for-0 trade.
It's still a coil that hasn't been sprung.
That it has. Or rather hasn't. T1. I mean, does this favor T1 like the slow game? Just slightly punishing SMG every time? Is that the way to do it? They might have another punish here. Raging onto Whitemon. Not going to have enough damage now. Forced to pop his BKB and try to run, but the Roar is there from Cuckoo to hold him down. Shallow Grave will save though on Cuckoo. He's going to be the one to drop. It's Carl. In once again. Mid one, meanwhile, does actually kill off Zephyr. Raging. Well, that's a big Dream Coil. Raging Potato's gone. Carl with a nice setup onto the Razor. He's going to jump again. Keep poking and prodding here as this puck, but here comes mid one. He knows where Gabby is. There's your Wukong's command out, but they can't hold him in. Nothing to hold him in the Wukong's command. So it is just kind of wasted. They're just smoking out to farm. It does seem to be the case. They are just going for a bit of a farming run in the triangle. T1 still hanging around. Being very, very patient. SMG will do the same. The Moon does get spotted. Nice dispose out. Zephyr will hold down the Ember for a moment, but not long enough. He's fine as the Boundless does come in mid one. He's going to rush in for this, but does back out immediately. Carl is holding down the backside, making sure Arfu does not feel confident on the Dazzle. But he does have an Aeon Disc, so he's fine as Moon is in trouble again. Raw being committed. T1. They'll get away with it. In comes the Wukong's command from mid one, but do you have the backup? No one's going to hold anyone down within the Wukong's command. So it feels quite wasted here as, well, T1, they might be able to keep chasing SMG now. Raging, still trying to fight Carl on this puck, but just doesn't have the damage output, and now Carl will just move right back in. Raging Potato's gone too far. Shallow Grave is going to save for a little bit as Carl gets caught by mid one, taken down by the Boundless Strike, and suddenly the team fights even again.
Yeah, the sustain coming through from SMG's sick as well, though. Zephyr?
Yeah, nice toss back. The Dispos catching out Raging this time around. Zephyr will rebound back towards BeyondTheSummit. SMG, they're not ready to fight without this Razor.
BeyondTheSummit is only one part away from a full Hex on
That's a
his
good
bench.
question. That's a very good question, John.
He's found a money, and that Hex is going to be really big. You already have a Hex follow-up or start with Afu. Another bigger Hex is going to be impactful here.
Oh, Moon again caught out. Ember in trouble, but Shallow Grave will come out early this time to make sure he's around as they force-staff him out. Moon, he's gonna make it. Another Wukong's command being committed though, and now T1, they can certainly keep fighting. Raging is the target. Overgrowth is out. They will take the Razor down, and now with a great Dream Coil, they've caught two more. BeyondTheSummit already dropping way too low. Mid one popped his BKB, but just needs to run. So Carl, he'll keep going. Meanwhile, Moon jumps in, takes down Zephyr in the backside, but gonna be careful not to get taken down himself. He has one Remnant in 1 second. Trying to fist out first, Remnant away, but no, he's gonna drop. They go too far. A 2 for 2 in the end, but I believe that still favors T1. BeyondTheSummit gonna move in to get a bit of vision. Carl would have seen that. Does have the Dream Coil, but won't throw it out yet. It's just the edge. You don't want to waste too many spells on this hero. Gabby, right back to the Roshan though. Again, a very quick process here right now for T1. Hawks to give even more vision as now the Dispose is there onto the edge. They will get started, but mid one makes the jump in. Wukong's is available. Gabby, he's been caught out. There's the Hex out, but Gabby, no, he'll force staff away. He's safe for now. Roshan, however, is not, and may just go the way of SMG. T1, they are not going to overextend for this. Working towards that nullifier right now, needs to be careful, but there's that side device you talked about, John. BeyondTheSummit somehow fighting all this farm on the edge. Zephyr, nice Dispose. What is that range?
What?
Aether Lens plus Psychic Headband, John. Dream Coil is going to be committed Afu. Not going to survive either. Great initiation here from Carl. Zafu will get the tip over from Carl.
Before Staff was going, he was zooming away, and Marcy just grabs you. I'm like, no, you're staying here.
Nope.
Get a couple of nice opportunistic kills. Mid one still has to be a bit cautious, but isn't quite in the line of danger yet. T1 doing a fantastic job of, again, stalling this game. We talked about what they wanted to do. That's exactly it.
Mid one, not like, don't do this, mid one. Mid one. All right, here we go, John. Aegis is down, Moon, he's forced to start the fight. They might actually have something going. Whitemon about to drop a roar out. Mid one, he's the target. Static link out onto Gabby, though. Mid one, he'll survive. Wukong's command out. Maybe they can take the team fight. And they do. Not only were T1 baited, John, we were baited by mid one himself.
35-second duration, 22.5-second cooldown. He is just always smoke.
Oh. That's
He is.
That doesn't seem very fair, Mr. Frog. Moon, well, he's been caught out. Nice Disposed, or blow him up. Afu, Houndisk already procced, he's gone. Oh boy, never mind. That was quick.
Octarine Core up already. For Carl has a nice timeless relic for a little bit more stun out on the Dream Coil as well, and level 25 talent up, piercing through those BKBs. T1 has a lot to play with, and SMG, without buyback and dazzle, feels risky to show up.
They're still gonna try mid one, he'll jump in. BKB Wukong's command out. Raging though is already gone. Buyback's coming in now, but they can't hold anyone within the Wukong's command rings. They do catch Kook, or rather Carl, but he's gonna orb out of there just fine. Moon still trying to chase him down on the puck, but phase shift blink away is there. The orb out. They cannot keep up with him. Double damage rune acquired now by Carl. Even scarier here from the puck.
What did Afu refresh? He used it. It's on cooldown.
Oh. What did he use it on, John? Was it... I'm not sure. We'll have to find out very soon. Cuckoo has been caught out.
What?
Major drop, Moon.
How?
They'll keep chasing, and he is. What is it, Jonathan?
This pose range, that was across the cliff. That's across that little pit. Like, what?
Perfectly balanced here, John. Gabby, no, nice stream call, Carl. Setting up a great team fight. Wukong's out again. Refresh is there. Raging. We're going to try and back off, but oh, Shallow Grave going to make it barely in time. saving the day as the Hawk dive is there. Carl still trying to snipe him. Whitemon out with the overgrowth. Gabby's going to come back in now. They have still not got the Razor. In fact, Gabby and mid one still trying to fight. We'll go out at 1v1, but Cuckoo, he's the target as mid one has a shallow grave to protect him. But is it going to last long enough? He'll keep going for the fight here against Gabby, but eventually gets taken down. Moon, he will also be caught out, but he has the Wind Waker trying to make his way up. But look at that dispose. Ultra kill out for Carl.
Yeah, and SMG, they just don't have enough to hold people down. SMG also play a lot more passive in comparison to game one, which was a calculated mix of aggression, and they'll just go for tier 4s. They understand this.
I mean, this game's over. It's mid one and PyLi versing the world here to try and defend this mid racks, or rather just tier 4 towers now. PyLi, or mid one rather, trying to creep skip, but Carl, he's got the hand up. He wants a high five. Mid one, he's very busy right now. No time for high fives. So he'll turn around and try to fight this one out with the Wukong's command, but Carl is just kind of taunting at this point. In the meantime, PyLi is gone. GG's called. They're onto the Ancient anyway, and Carl does end up getting mid one. Game 2 a lot slower than game 1, Jonathan, but T1, their patience does end up paying off, and they'll force us to a game number 3. It really just seems like they just want to outpace them on the side of T1, and we'll see if T1 can handle it. I mean, it is a lot of aggression to come out here from SMG if they do get off to a good start. PyLi, though, already being caught out is not the great start I was talking about, as he is gone.
Face judgment.
Zephyr, he'll take the kill on the Train Protector. First blood to go the way of T1 already.
Yeah, just hold the lane once more, has the Ring of Health, so can just kind of heal back and try to find that angle. It's still not enough to slow Gabby, and Gabby's not finding kills, but he's finding farm. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, he's gone in too early, John. He's going to be punished for it, and
it's still, again, a very slow start for mid one. Does have the level 6, so he's not under direct kill threat. Bit of a rotation out from Carl down bot with the Invis Rune here.
yeah, has the Avalanche and toss. We'll just go right after Arfu, and oh no, he's got the kill very simply. Is now raging.
Just force the response, hold on to that mid. SMG feeling good about opening up their silence just a bit. I mean, you know, mid one still kind of just dipping in and out where you can. They do see an opportunity here.
Yeah, Whitemon completely surrounded, could not TP out. It is a bit too much damage now from PyLi.
And for SMG, again, if this game pace slows down, and the presence of Chen starts to dissipate, and the Terrorblade grows bigger and bigger, Gabby's uncontested in the triangle, just free to farm up as he pleases.
Well, Carl,
Although,
nice jump in, Avalanche toss there, PyLi already gone. They can't catch raging. We saw this last game. Like, you can't find the T1 tower. Bad luck. Zephyr's gonna heal it all the way back up slowly. There's Carl. He finds raging. He's stuck around for the large camp, and he is going to be punished heavily for this. It's Carl really popping off on this mid-tiny already. Raging Potato, desperate times in this offlane Razor. PyLi eventually just going to submit and just get the creeps out. Still Carl, actually blinking forward onto PyLi, but not noticing him in the tree line. Instead, we'll go for the creeps. Listen, touch out for Carl. He'll put the hand up, and well, they won't be able to do anything. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Moon does end up dying at Cuckoo. Mid lane, toss back, raging, in trouble. Overgrowth is up now, so they can throw that out on the Razor. Shallow Grave only going to buy so much time. It's Cuckoo. He's going to survive the cold embrace from Whitemon. Allow him the heal to be able to get through this as Carl now with a nice toss back onto Arfu. And Carl, he has not forgotten about the tips. Out from Arfu in game number 2. They will continue tipping away. Illusions. Backwards is now T1. But they're going to smoke up as a unit as well and run towards Gabby just in case he needs their help, as Gabby is trying to bait them in right now. There is still a lot of heroes around, but Carl, he's going to make the first jump in first. Raging. He's just gone. Oh, Carl, he's just going right in onto Arfu. He will not leave this man alone. TP away from Arfu is going to be enough, but the rest of the team, they are still trying to fight here on SMG. Zephyr will get the overgrowth off onto the Ember, and now with the Avalanche toss. Mid one drops. They catch out another. Moon, he's going to BKB up and run, but no, it's not going to be it. They've got so much damage, and
he's struggling on the Ember. He has the Maelstrom up at least, but needs a lot more to farm up. And with that set of kills, T1 just goes straight into Roche. Have the damage on hand with Gabby, even though his Metamorphosis fades. Should still have enough to make work. Raging does scout, but can't really do much here.
Carl, or rather Cuckoo, Pop his BKB, not minding raging. In fact, goes for the Viper Strike. Meanwhile, the actual Carl going for a big avalanche toss out. He saw Afu again. Still, Aegis is taken. In fact, Roshan, it went down to SMG. But Aegis does go the way as Gabby. As SMG, they are still fighting. There goes Afu. Raging, still frontlining for the team is now Moon. He does rejoin with a nice Laguna round. It's just not going to be enough. Carl is just still rampaging on the side of SMG. As mid one has dropped as well to Cuckoo, but they might finally find the Viper. And they will. But that cost them a safe lane Ember buyback.
She can't really maintain that aggression well. Mid one shows top.
One. Careful, sir. He's got one remnant, John. He will back. Oh, boy. Oh, they were waiting.
No.
Oh, Gabby tips him immediately as well. It was all a bait. Mid one still 20 seconds away, so SMG need to back off. Carl, he's on the hunt. You know he wants somebody to toss back. Highlight die. He's going to be all right. So Carl was more focused on minusing his creeps. It's SMG now. X is out. Onto Tiny. Moon will lock him down. Carl still perfectly fine to walk out of there with the avalanches. Well, Cuckoo takes over his position. Back in onto Moon, who does have a double damage rune. He's getting a lot of damage out. Cuckoo in trouble, but living armor and Thunder. It does come out in time. Gabby a bit low, but a big curse out. Hold down Moon. And he just goes mid one, trying to fight Gabby. There's just no chance. Oh, you gotta call it. You just gotta call it. This draft's not gonna work. I don't think SMG's happy right now with the way this game 3's gone. Obviously, they had a plan with this draft that has not panned out on T1. They'll go after that Tier 3 tower. Carl right in. Afu, he's always the target and he's just dead. Afu will buy back now. SMG, this could be the final team fight, but a nice light trickery to set up into the double chains out now. Maybe this is the team fight they can finally take as they will get the Aegis down. Meanwhile, Cuckoo after Moon, but switches over to mid one, who's gonna drop. Carl just all over it on this Tiny. Because now they've got the Razor. Slow it up. Reflection out. Raging. He will survive thanks to Afu. But the top racks will not.
The good news for SMG is that it's only the top set of racks that can be taken. Your lineup doesn't have the best high ground defense here from SMG's end. So again, it's hard to see how they stall this game out long enough to get those items up.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that, John. They're gonna move back in. Here we go. Raging's already gone on the Razor. More buybacks to come here from SMG. They've got to try.
Nah, you could just play this game now how you like on T1's end. It's hard to see them getting that angle back in from SMG. I mean, they're going to dip outside, maybe get a ward. Could cost Pilot Eye's life.
And it will. Pilot die. Living up to his name, I assume here, John. Pilot die. Still trying to run. Arthur unable to save him. Well, he does go, but buyback is there. But mid one is gone once again. Carl just will not leave the man alone. And now what a curse out. Oh, what a curse from Whitemore. Holding 3 of them down right in the back. And that's exactly where T1's gone through, John. Right through the back of SMG. Onto Afu. That'll be another. More tips out. They just leave the man alone. It was one tip. They tipped him once.
Gabby guns for the tier 4s. They know there's no point extending this one and just gun for the end game. Mid one is going to spawn up at the least. Maybe one last play.
Carl in mid one, in trouble, getting tossed back, and Remnant away. Viper Strike's already there. GG, surely. More tips coming out. There you go. The torture finally ends here for game number 3. As T1, they clean up. Carl, 11-0-13 on this mid-tiny. John, he ripped him a new one. Carl, he had no patience this game.
Yeah, I mean, look, SMG looked good in game 1. Game 2, maybe too patient. Game 3,